Good morning. This is day 25 of our adventure. You are watching Just Having Fun with Roy and Frida. We spent the night at Mira River Provincial Park, which is about 30 kilometers from the ferry. It was a nice, quiet park. It rained a good part of the night. Day 24 was uneventful. We spent Saturday night in a parking lot at Port aux Basques, got to the ferry parking lot early yesterday morning and spent 7.5 hours on the ferry, and then headed for the provincial park last night. It rained most of the trip across the ferry and it was foggy. So not a pleasant trip. Couldn't take much for pictures. Today we're on the Fleur de lis trail, heading west. Our destination is Battery Provincial Park near St. Peter's, Nova Scotia. The weather's dry right now. It's 51 degrees, which is almost 11 Celsius. It's pretty overcast, so keep our fingers crossed it's not going to rain today. We sure hit some good-sized waves on the ferry yesterday. It was, ferry was moving a fair bit. Enough that you had to hang on to handrails or chairs if you had to go to the washroom. At least for me. The ferry from Port aux Basques to North Sydney, reservations are required. We booked just a few days ahead. I would imagine in the summer you have to book a little bit more in advance. It'd probably be pretty busy.
Turn left at the stop sign.
Okay, here.
Continue on Fleur de lis trail.
We're on Highway 327 heading south and then west. Found ourselves another rough road. That'll just remind us of Newfoundland. What's that?
You see more blown over trees around here than Port aux Basques.
Yeah, there's been quite a few blown over trees. Of course, Fiona hit this area pretty bad too. That side's really bad. A lot of damage. broken and fallen over trees. Nova Scotia and Newfoundland were hit by a devastating hurricane last fall called Fiona. We're wondering if this is the damage that Fiona did to this area.
In 500 meters, turn left on St. Peter's Fortune Road. Turn left on St. Peter's Fortune Road.
Fishermen are out.
Oh,
There's a duck. Mama duck.
In 1 kilometer, turn right on St. Peter's Fortune Road. In 500 meters, turn right on St. Peter's Fortune Road. Turn right at the stop sign. Continue on St. Peter's Fortune Road.
Trees are really leaning here. Wow. Narrow bridge. Phew, made it across.
no weight limit.
No, that was kind of an iffy looking bridge. There's a goldfinch going across the road. That was one of those, phew, we made it moments. We sure haven't met much traffic on this road. seems to be narrowing. Well, the boards don't look quite as rotten on this one. They sure are narrow. Haven't seen, oh, a couple of little red squirrels just ran across the road. Haven't seen any stores or gas stations or anything in these little towns. Just a few houses, that's all. And a community hall at that last one. Finally got to some new pavement. This section of the Fleur de lis trail was really rough, full of potholes and road eaten away and horrible driving. Would not recommend this portion of the route. And it looks like we're back on the rough road again. The new pavement didn't last for very long. I forgot to mention that when you go on the ferry from Port aux Basques to North Sydney, or the other way, you do have to turn off the propane tank or tanks. So in the summer that might be a bit of a challenge to try to keep the food cold in your fridge, especially if you have frozen stuff in the freezer. It was only about 49 degrees when we came across, so our fridge and freezer stayed nice and cold. Excuse me. We're about 9 kilometers from Highway 247. Highway 247 heading north toward St. Peter's. Pileated woodpecker that just flew up high. Don't know if the camera would have picked him up or not.
Turn left at the stop sign.
Yes.
4 kilometers, turn right on the road.
We took a little detour looking for a gas station with diesel, but we found a gas station, but didn't look like he had diesel. Guess we'll have to wait till we get to Port Hawkesbury. This is a pretty little town. Right on the bay.
Provincial Park on the left.
Yeah, it sure looks like it was some kind of lock.
I think it was something, but it
Oh yeah,
isn't
there's
anymore. That bridge doesn't lift anymore.
right there's the lock, right there.
It doesn't look like it does anymore. Well, nice picnic area before you get into the park. A couple
Yeah.
places. Or 3 or 4. It doesn't. I don't see the roof. Where do you go here?
Don't know. See, we're not at the...
Arriving at Battery Provincial Park on the left.
So we are at Battery Provincial Park. This is our campsite for the night. We are right next to the comfort station. They have a dump station. The only thing, they don't have a rinse hose at the dump station for back flush. They have electric and water at the site. Nice flat site, and driving in we saw a lot of nice sights.